you're going to type in x plus 5. You're going to type in x minus 2. Enter. Does anybody know how to find the y-intercept? Does anybody know how to find the y-intercept? Yes, you can do a table. So control menu, table, and where do you think the x-intercept, if we have to guess, where do you think it's going to be? Negative what? Do you see the x-intercept? Where's the x-intercept? Everybody see the x-intercept? Where's the x-intercept? The x-intercept is negative 5, 0. Can anybody tell me what the y-intercept is? 0 what? Okay, write it down. Do you know the difference between a hole and a break? Is this going to have a hole?
No.
Why not? It is a break, but by looking at the equation, is there a hole? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember how can you just look at the equation and see there's a hole?
Oh, they look the same.
Yeah, they have the same common factor in the numerator and denominator. Do they have a common factor? No, so what are you going to write? None. What's a domain? What's a domain? All numbers except 2 minus 2. What's 2 minus 2? Can you divide by 0? No. Okay, the horizontal asymptote, or the range, is all numbers except for y will not equal what? 1. So the horizontal and vertical asymptote is where it's undefined. So we have x equal 2. X equal 2. And y is all the numbers except for 1. Remember how to find the horizontal asymptote? Can I have your attention? You see the numerator? What's the highest power? 1. Look at the denominator. What's the highest power? 1. So how do you find the horizontal asymptote? How do you find the horizontal asymptote? It's going to be x over what? X over x. So y equals what? 1. Okay, the next one. The next one. You have y equals 1 over x squared minus 2x minus 3. Is this in factored form? No, we got to put in factored form. So we have 1. How do you factor x squared minus 2x minus 3? How do you factor x squared minus 2x minus 3? What are the factors of negative 3? What are the factors of negative 3? Negative 3 and what? 1. Okay, so what are the factors in the denominator? X minus 3, x plus 1. Okay? So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go to our calculator. And we're going to type in 1. And then we're going to write control division. And you're going to write the factors. X minus 3. What's the other factor? What's the other factor? X plus 1. Enter. And I want you to show me that graph from a distance. Show me how that from a distance. Okay, show me that graph. And I want you to try to find the y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? 0 what? 0 what? 0, negative 1? Negative 1/3? Okay. Can I have another person verify that? Is it 0, negative 1/3? Okay. Look at your factors. Do you see a common factor in the numerator and also in denominator? Do you see a common factor? No, you have x minus 3, you have x plus 1. Do you see that in the numerator? Yes or no? Okay. Are you all listening? We have x minus 3 and we have x plus 1. Do you see that in the numerator? Do you see it here? So are we going to have a whole? So what do you write? So tell me, what type of discontinuity is it? Is it the one with the whole? We just said none, right? So what is it going to be? Non-rulable. Can somebody tell me what's the domain? All numbers except what numbers? No. 0 can be there. Yes, one of them is negative 1. All numbers except for negative 1 and 3. Why negative 1 and 3? Okay, go to your table. Menu, table. And let's go to negative 1. What do you see when x is negative 1? What is y? Undefined, right? What about when x is 3? What is it? Undefined, right? Okay, so give me the vertical asymptotes. Give me the vertical asymptotes. X equals negative 1. Where's the other vertical asymptote? X equals what? 3. Okay, will there ever be an x-intercept? Why not? Yeah, it's never going to cross y equals 0. So what are you going to write with x-intercept? None. And what's the domain? I mean, what's the range? All numbers except what? 0. And then what's the horizontal asymptote? Y equals what? 0. Okay. Everybody, let's look at the third row. Is that written in factored form?
No.
Is that written in factored form? Are you guys listening? I have one person listening. Is this written in factored form? No. So what are you going to write? X plus 4. What are the factors of x squared plus 2x minus 8? Okay, let's write that down. Parentheses. It won't be negative 4 and 2. Yes, it has to be 4 and negative 2. 4 and what? X plus 4, x minus 2. Okay, let's go to our table, our graph. I want everybody to do this. Go to your graph. Control division. So we have x plus 4 froze up. Okay, control division. So we have x plus 4, right? And in the denominator, what do you have? X plus 4, and the other parentheses, x minus 2, right? And I want everybody to show me their graph at a distance. Show me your graph at a distance. So Stephanie, you got to show me your graph. Janelli, show me your graph. Maria, show me your graph. Karina, show me your graph. Okay. Luis, show me your graph. Okay, let's answer the questions. What's the horizontal asymptote? So what are you going to write? Y equals what? 0. Does it have an x-intercept? No. If y doesn't equal 0, then you don't have an x-intercept. Can you find the y-intercept? What's the y-intercept? Okay, so you're going to write 0, comma, negative 1/2. Does it have a hole? Do you see why it has a hole? Why does it have a hole? X plus 4, right? And x plus 4, isn't that a common factor? So what are you going to write? Yes. And where's the hole at? Where's the hole at? Anybody know where the hole is at? X equals? Nope. Where's the hole? You have x plus 4 divided by x plus 4. Negative 4. X equals what? Negative 4. Does it have a break? So what are you going to write? Non-removable. What's the domain? No. What's the domain? All numbers except what? 2. And what else? All numbers except, where's the hole? Negative 4. What's the range? All numbers except? Okay, where's the vertical asymptote? X equals what? 2. You want to try to do the next one? Okay, I want everybody to graph that. I want everybody to graph it and answer any questions. I'll give you 5 minutes. Rewind. This is in factored form because these are factors. None for x-intercept because it's undefined at 2. That's where the intercept would be. See, that's undefined. Y-intercept, we go to 0, right? 0 what? Okay, that's okay. So, is it a hole? Is it a hole? Yes. You see how you have x minus 2 in the numerator and you have x minus 2 in the denominator, right? That's a characteristic of a hole. So, yes. So, where does a hole exist? X equals what? Nope. X equals what? 2. Does it have a break? Does it have a break in the graph? Does it have a break in the graph? No. So what are you going to write? What are you going to write? None. What's the domain? X cannot equal what? 2. What's the range?
Do you have any seniors in here? I'm moving senior assembly to 2:30. So after this class, we'll report to the cafeteria. Okay? Hi, sir.
What did I tell you? I had a visitor. Okay. What's the range? What's the range?
I don't know.
All numbers except 0. Okay. What's going to be the vertical? No, there's no vertical asymptote, right? None, right? Is there a horizontal asymptote? None. Okay. You have 10 minutes to do the last one. You have 10 minutes to do the last row. Go ahead and do the last row, work with somebody, and then we'll go over it before you leave. Okay. Is it written in factored form? Is it written in factored form? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so just rewrite it. X plus 3, x minus 1, x minus 5. Do you see a common factor in the numerator or denominator? Do you see a common factor? So, are you going to have a hole? None. Are you going to have a break? I have it drawn here. Do you have a break? Yes. So what are you going to write? What do you write? Non-removable. Okay. I think Cesar found the intercept, right? The x-intercept. Menu. Table. So where's the x-intercept? Negative 3. You see that? Negative 3, 0. Is that the only x-intercept? Okay. What about the y-intercept? Do you know the y-intercept? 0, comma what? 0, comma what? 0.6. And this is where a lot of people struggle. Are you ready for the question? Because I'm going to ask Ricky. I'm going to ask some of you. When is this going to be undefined? You see this equation? When is this equation going to be undefined? When there is a zero in the denominator. So the question is, what numbers will make the denominator equal to 0? Well, what's going to make this parentheses equal to 0? 1. So what are you going to write? X, what? Cannot equal what? 1. What's another number that will make this denominator equal to 0? 5. So what are you going to write? X is what? Cannot equal what? 5. It just so happens those are also the vertical asymptotes. Do you see that? Once you find one, you found the other. So what is the vertical asymptote? X equals 1 equals 5. Okay, range. Range. Well, we need to figure out the horizontal asymptote. And it looks like it's it should be a y equals 0, right?
Yeah, y equals 0. But that's for the right one.
That's where the x-intercept is. So I'm going to leave the range right there, question mark, because I need to make sure that I give you the right information. It looks like it's negative 3. It looks like looks like negative 1.5, doesn't it? You see negative 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and tap tab. One. But you see it intersects there, right? Okay, I'm gonna double check this graph. For right now, leave it blank, and I'm not gonna give you that type of problem on the exam. Okay.